Hey everyone, welcome to our newest Bitucational, brought to you by me in cooperation with, my boys over at Bitburger00. Today I want to once again preach something about laning, and especially something about dual laning, which I think LGD and Tundra do really well, probably better than any other team, which is why I want to show you one of the lanes that they played just a couple of days ago, really. This is the DPC game that I was actually casting in Sweden. And I want to really go into a few things very strongly, which has to do with your early items, like the starting items you go for, what skills you take in the lane, and what you should be playing for, and how aggressive you should play. So we're going to look at this Tundra versus Goon Squad game. We're going to look at two of their lanes, actually. And then I want to show you a 1 or 2 minutes clip from Alliance playing a similar lane in a completely different fashion. And you can just see how strongly that can influence and change the game. So let's load into the game. So basically what I want to show you guys is the fact that understanding how to play your lanes and what items to buy and so on is just super crucial and super important. It can just change the game like completely. As we have little cat coming along, but we can skip over this early on. So if you guys have watched my recent videos and if you watched my stream, you know that I'm a big fan of understanding what items to buy and buying items with purpose, right? I keep getting ganked by my little cat. It's okay, Manchas. So the item build that they go for here on Tundra is a Magic Wand and 3 branches on their offlaner and Stick Tango's Fairy Fire on their support. And yeah, I know that a lot of people are gonna say, oh, but in my pub I can't do this. I can't go to lane without tangles, which yeah, maybe that might be true. But you can still just get tango from the bounty room gold or whatever. And this is just to showcase you perfect case scenario, to show you the importance of lanes. I'm not saying that you need to replicate all of this, but I want to explain it to you. So he's gonna buy a healing salve with the bounty gold, and Saksa on Marcy is gonna give him all the tangles he needs because you can share them. So here they go to the bounty room together. Not even an ideal start here for the Alk at all, as he loses like 600 HP. Right, so he gets 2 mangoes from his Marcy. He's gonna go to lane. And what I want to point out now is so the starting items on the 2 heroes and how they're gonna play the lane. So if you guys had to ask yourself which lane is stronger, Alk Marcy or Ursa CM, I think they're both very strong lanes. If played perfectly, there's gonna be some kill trades back and forth, and I think both lanes should be fine. But if either team plays a little bit better than the other or abuses an enemy mistake, that lane is gonna win very hard. So let's see how they go about it and how the lane starts. So 3-3 is already super low HP, right, with how the lane started. He's now 300 HP, but he's still gonna run in. KheZu loses his positioning a bit. They use Rebound on Alk, slow the CM, and then Acid Spray is just super strong. 20 DPS and -4 armor. Like, this is basically an offensive medallion, okay? So the CM ends up going down. And yeah, obviously not an ideal play by the CM at all. It's quite a big mistake, but stuff happens. Here again, they know that this guy is alone. They want to push. They push the lane right now and pressure the Ursa while the CM is gone. Also, the Harcam spawned. Another mistake by Radiant. This is another reason why pushing the lane right now is very good. So now you push in the wave. Now you make it very hard for the CM to contest this camp. If he does come here, then 3-3 can try to run over. Now they pull this. And now the way you need to see Dota is it's a step-by-step thing that happens. You know, you don't just win the lane in one go. So you push the lane, which now allows you to get this Harkin pull. Now either you get more XP or more gold, or you pressure them into making a mistake, which is what is, I think, going to happen, or maybe it's on the next one. So here, you know, 3-3, he's waiting, you know, and this is another thing that I think is very underrated about laning, is the way you posture, the way you position yourself. So right now, you know that the wave is coming, right? You could just be postured here and wait very passively. But you can, why not just wait here Like, you don't lose anything by being here. You can still run to the wave, but you give yourself the option to play aggressive here on the CM, who naturally is gonna come to contest your pull, or at least look at it, because you got that, because you got the pull off, right? So here, you give yourself another option, and you trade like 1 or 2 creeps to get a CM kill, right? And in the meantime, you make them not contest this, so this is really good. Here, I think maybe this go is a little too much, because now they could have still gotten some of these creeps, but look how aggressive they're playing. More spells, more spells, more spells. Take the wave here. Fine. Now, since there's so many creeps, 3-3 is just going to pull it behind the tower, or maybe in front of the tower, doesn't matter. Either way, this is basically just to get some lane control again, like some lane equilibrium, because otherwise the wave would be here, but this way he pulls it behind, they do this. And now it's important. He gave himself another Iron Branch and boots. Boots are just very good against CM and Ursa. When you look at Saksa's items, he got himself some more mangles just to make sure that you're always full on sustain. Like, laning is all about understanding your timings, how to use your spells, and making sure that you have the right items and enough sustain so that you can keep fighting. Because like right now, also they give him solo XP on Alchemist so he can get level 3. He's holding his skill point because he doesn't know yet, okay, do I go Grievous Greed or do I go stun? So I think holding your skill point here is very good. Here again, like if we look at the last hits, the Ursa is doing just fine, but Alchemist has higher net worth because there's more kills involved. He's probably bought less regen than the Ursa. Also, we need to compare. I guess Marcy and CM are totally at the same. So here it's gonna buy a complete soul ring. CM got a little bit of a pull off, but not too much. And now, as soon as they have a good lane positioning, look at how aggressive they're gonna look to play again. Now they have 2 waves, so they have more creeps than Radiant. And they pull. This is not a good pull by the Radiant team. You have 2 waves and you pull. This now means that the Ursa is going to have like 6 creep running under his tower. Like here again, you can either A, play passive, as my cat is laying on the down arrow key. You can either play passive and run here and contest this to farm while Ursa gets all of these creeps, or you abuse the fact that you have all these creeps and that they made a mistake by pulling, that you now get to actually tower dive him. And look, you don't need to kill them here. The objective here, we're gonna watch it from Tundra's perspective. The objective here is not necessarily to kill Goon Squad, but just to like pressure as much under the tower without dying, because when you do this, even if this trade is even, it's gonna be heavily favored for you, because you have like 8 creeps that the Ursa is not contesting right now. Let's look at all these creeps that the Ursa is missing because of what they do, okay? So he gets 1. There's 5 creeps left. Stun, he missed 1. Miss 1, 2, 3, 4. CM died. So he got 1 out of 5. He got 1 out of 5 CS. His CM died and lane equilibrium shoved back out, and Tundra basically lost like 1 or 2 creeps. Now they go on the Ursa again. They use all their spells. Remember that these stick charges, the soul ring, and all these tangles that they have between themselves, they just constantly keep it running. And now again, like if you're this Ursa, I think you wanna cry. Look at this. I think here they overplay a little bit, and it was a good turnaround by Goon Squad with, you know, they have sticks, they have mangles, they fight around. Ursa is gonna get fed like 1 or 2 kills here, I think. And he's gonna be totally fine. But if you just look at these first 5 minutes, it is so toxic for Goon Squad to play against this, because they're just constantly being aggressed on. And look at the skill build, you know, like acid spray, stun, now Grievous Greed on level 4, and okay. Now Marcy goes to middle. He's another crucial timing, especially if you're a mid player. If you're the post 2, 4, or 5, if you can go to your mid lane between 5:30 and 5:45 to either refill your bottle, refill your mid's bottle, or to harass the enemy mid laner, it's really good, because around this timing, mid lane will oftentimes look like this: 1 bottle charge on one, 0 bottle charges on the other. I mean, he just got refilled. And now whoever gets 1 better trade is, you're gonna have the chance to secure the 6-minute rune. So Saksa dies bottom, TP's mid, refills. He goes on a Tiny, and now look at Tiny. Limp is starting to feel pretty sad. He has only 500 HP. No bottle charge left. And remember what I said about it's small things that you do 1 by 1 in a row, not just one big play. So let's look at the next. The refill plus the harass. Now they posture the top rune together. Tiny is not very high HP. They go mid. Dire are only 2 heroes, right? Tundra only have 2 heroes here. Goon Squad had 3 heroes. So okay, there's some trading going on, fine. Tundra get the rune. Now because Tiny is low HP, didn't get a bottle refill, got harassed earlier, and didn't get the rune. Now Snap gets 6. They use their spells and they get to kill Tiny. all this play only happened because of all the things that happened throughout the last 1 minute. So this is going to be example number 1. Let's have a look at example number 2. And then we have like, we're going to do like 1 or 2 minutes just of a quick alliance game. And it doesn't matter who the team is. I just want to show you the difference of gameplay and the difference of pressure and overall how Dota changes if you don't do these things right. You know, if you buy wrong items, if you skill the wrong spell, if you just mess up and don't play to the fullest potential of the heroes, okay?
I think you're completely...
So where are we? So this is going to be the second game, okay, that we go into. It's just, it's basically going to be a very similar lane. So they played a BO3 in DPC, and Tundra ended up winning 2-0, spoiler alert. So it's going to be the same lane again. Marcy Alchemist versus Warlock Juggernaut. And this was actually the first game. And I think after this game, Goon Squad realized that, okay, if they have Alchemist again, we need to pick a more aggressive lane. That's why in the other game they had CM Ursa, and in this game they have Warlock Jugger, right? But I'm gonna show you again, the item builds is the same, skill build is the same. What you want to do is kind of, you want to push the wave and then see if you can maybe have this camp open as I did before. Just get all the last hits you can, and so on. But it's still, look at how aggressive they play. I mean, by now everyone should know, so it doesn't matter about the spoilers. But so basically here, they push the wave again, they play very aggressive, they combine their spells, like always. It's very important that you combine your spells when you play these type of heroes. Now he gets himself a salve again, they pull the wave, so they try to meet the wave, which is a pretty normal play too nowadays. But again, the Warlock has to pay with quite a lot of HP for it. And something I want to preach again, and something that is very important, is simply the fact that, so you are playing against Warlock Jug. You probably feel like from the get-go, yeah, we're not going to kill them. They have Warlock heal and healing ward. But you should always play to the situation. You play here to farm, which you do with Acid Spray, Grievous Greed. I think this is fine. But the one thing I want to note is later, when they get like level 3 or an opportunity, they will take it. Like here, the lane is already completely different, right? They are against 2 healers, so it changes a little bit. You can see that they're already playing way more for themselves and more for farming, rather than pressuring when it was that CM Ursa. So here again, they pull it behind the tower. This is totally fine. They do this again. So like right now, nothing too crazy is really happening. Marcy, aka Saksa, is gonna pull the next wave. So they're kind of cheating the lane right now. And another thing that's really important, especially in dual lanes, is the scenario that you have right now. Your position 4 just got level 2, okay? He just got level 2 on Marcy. When your support just levels up to level 2, like what you want to create is a scenario where one guy is just level 2 and the other guy hits just level 3, right? You don't want to have 2 heroes being level 2.5, because that's worthless. If you could share the XP as you'd wish, it's you both have just reached your level up. So here, 3-3 on this wave should be able to get his level 3. Saksa here on the Marcy, he's just toying around with them, leeching some experience. They have good wave control. And now he went for the opportunity to get a level in stun, because they know they can still play aggressive, right? They have a lot of spells here. They start with the rebound on the Warlock, they channel up the stun with Alchemist, and boom, they get some very nice pressure here. And again, they get the first blood. They have some more stick charges, they have the healing salve completed on 3-3. They push the lane again. And for now, I would say nothing too crazy. You have a salve coming up, they use their stick charges. And now they might just look for another. This is another play that I really like. That we have to look at it from the Goon Squad perspective, okay, what they see. Here, the Jugger is about to CS. Remember how in the Ursa game they contested all the CS on the tower? Look at this. They channel up the stun. This is Goon Squad's perspective. Saksa just runs in. He gets disposed back. During the stun, he gets out-stunned, acid sprayed, and look, he nearly died on Jugger in this lane. And he, again, there were like 2 or 3 creeps that he just didn't get to contest. This CS he didn't get to contest because he's low HP. During the other CS he was stunned. Now, again, look at Saksa's items. He hasn't really gotten any new item. He's close to boots, but he bought more tangles. He has a clarity running. He has a salve running. Same with 3-3. He had a salve running just now to be full HP. And as you can see, it's all about your wave control, how you use your spells together, and how well you're sustaining. Like, look at them. They're always full HP. Because when you're full HP, it's really hard for most lanes to kill you unless they get to run you down a lot. That's where the lane positioning comes in a little bit as well. Because like now, again, Marcy is level 3. They're probably going to look to feed 3-3 hits level 5 as soon as possible. And I would say at some point the pressure in this lane kind of stops. Here again, throw your stun to annoy the jugger, get everything you can. And I would say, like, if you look at these two lanes, look how happy they are. 3,300 net worth on Alchemist, minute 6. He's 1,000 gold ahead of the jugger. And now he's getting close to level 6. I think once he gets level 6, which is here in the wave, he's basically unkillable. He will have too much HP regen. And now he gets his level 6, he can just take the wave. Now he can farm wave plus neutral camp. In the meantime, they're pulling this camp too. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. So this lane has been giga won by Tundra. With overall just perfect itemization, super nice gameplay, combination of spells, beautiful. And now I want to show you this. Like, this is how well this can be played, okay? And now let's look at just a situation where maybe a team is, or maybe the players aren't as used to the heroes, or they don't really know how they want to play, or they're insecure, or just overall not certain. Whereas if you now look at this game, I want to show you the difference in items, the difference in mentality, and then the difference in outcome of what happens in the game. So this is Alliance versus Entity. So, if you are Alliance, again, you had the same option. You could have done the same lanes as Tundra did, right? You have Marcy Alchemist. It doesn't really stop you. You could have done the same lane. But they put Marcy with Weaver, which in my opinion is not a bad lane at all. It's a very aggressive lane. But I want you to look at the starting items already on Alliance, okay? I just want you to look at the starting items of these heroes. You're playing Weaver with Marcy, a super strong, aggressive lane. So I don't know why they're buying Headdress, in my opinion. It doesn't make sense. You can buy like a stick, or more regen, or an Orb of Venom, because you're either laning Weaver Marcy versus like Razor Dawn, or like Doom Dawn, or Doom Winter Wyvern. So in my opinion, Headdress, in my opinion, in this lane is already not good. But the lane that I want to show you guys is this Alchemist Rubik lane. And again, I don't know why the Rubik has a Headdress either. So both their supports have Headdresses. So what I want to showcase is that they have, in my opinion, they have two side lanes that want to play very aggressive. In my opinion, Weaver and Marcy should win any dual lane that they match up against in this game. And as should the Rubik Alchemist, or at least they should go even. But Alchemist, in my opinion, has bad starting items, no stick, and some gauntlets. Rubik has a Headdress, no mangoes, no fairy fire, no stick. And they're gonna skill Grievous Greed on Alchemist against a Dawnbreaker Razor lane. So now they have no way of cancelling Starbreaker. They also have no way of stopping Razor from like here. You can cast your stun on him and hit him if you have stun, but you have Grievous Greed. So I just want to go to show you how these lanes are gonna go, simply because of bad items and poor skill builds. Here, I don't understand this. In my opinion, you just buy Tangles, you get level 2 and you kill them. Doom Winter Wyvern have no business laning here. When they get level 2 on Weaver Marcy, that's what you should be playing for here in the lane. To get like Shikuchi and Geminate, or Shikuchi Swarm with Rebound and Dispose, and you kill them. And then top lane, same story. You're supposed to go Acid Spray to push the wave, or you go Stun, so that you have Stun and Acid level 2. But I'm just gonna show you the wave. Like, they're not... So now he buys Stick on Rubik, which I think is fine, but still, starting with Headdress is bad. He's rushing Boots on Alchemist, which I feel like you shouldn't do unless you already have a Stick or Magic Wand. So now he has Acid Spray level 2, but this means he doesn't have Acid plus Stun because he has Grievous Greed. And let's just look how this lane goes. Like, if you just compare this lane to Tundra, who basically played a very similar lane, it's played so differently. It's only passive. Never use your spells together. Only use your spells defensively. They never use their spells aggressively. Look here. Acid, he runs at him with Link. He's just gonna run after him. And now, what do? You cannot cancel Starbreaker and you can't go on him. So now, the Alchemist dies, Rubik dies, double kill. Top lane is over. Top lane is absolutely over. When in reality, you need different items, you need to go QW, and you can win this lane. Radiant are not supposed to lose this top lane this hard. And in my opinion, Doom is not supposed to be out farming a Weaver bottom lane. At least not like the first 5 minutes. So here, like, just by knowing how to play your hero or how strong you are and what items you want, it has such a huge outcome on the lanes. And again, I don't care who the players are. It doesn't matter if this is Alliance or Secret or OG. What I want to show you is the difference of items and the difference of gameplay. How huge of an impact, how big of an impact it can have in these type of games. Because if you go ahead like 1 minute, compare this Alchemist to the one that you saw earlier, played by Tundra. This one is getting stomped in lane. Rubik is also having a really bad game. 2 deaths on Rubik, 2 deaths on Alchemist. He's 2 levels behind the Razor on Alk, which means you can never play. You can never play through these lanes here as you are. And then bottom lane, the Doom is also starting to heavily outfarm the Weaver. So suddenly you have 2 side lanes that are losing by quite a bit. And basically, instead of your Alchemist like being a boss and them having to react to them, they don't have to react to this Alchemist because they're already killing him as it is. It's a 3 level difference. The Razor's level 7, he's just about to hit level 5. So all of this, just because of different items, different skill build, and I think all of this just comes from you not fully understanding what items you want. Headrest is good on heroes that want to get to their items fast. Like Tundra buy Headrest when they play with our offlane Lycan, with our offlane Beastmaster, because those people, they want to buy as little region as possible and then get to the Helm of Iron Will to upgrade the item to Dominator, right? But Alchemist is a hero. There's a lot of heroes in Dota that they lane well by being aggressive. Alchemist doesn't get CS by out-CSing the enemy. Alchemist gets creep score by using his spells all the time, by using the low cooldown of Concoction, the low mana cost of his stun and acid spray together to push the wave, push enemies out, and that's how you get network, you know? Like here, we can just go ahead like 1-2 minutes and you can see like this Alchemist is just 3k net worth minute 10. And instead of Dire being 3k gold ahead, Radiant should be ahead, and that's basically all the Alchemist. But yeah, just to like recap, it's just very important that you understand what items you want to buy and why. Like you buy items because of something you have in mind, right? You want to buy Stick because you use a lot of spells so you can trade, or you buy Headrest because they have heroes that chip you down and stuff like this. So you need to buy items and then play towards the items that you buy. You know, if you buy boots first to pull waves, maybe it's not the best, but then at least you're trying to do what you had intended in the first place. And then using your spells together and being as annoying and pressuring as much as you can is really the name of the game. So right now, you know that the wave is coming, right? You could just be postured here and wait very passively. But you can, why not just wait here? Like you don't lose anything by being here. You can still run to the wave, but you give yourself the option to play aggressive here on the CM, who naturally is gonna come to contest your pull or at least look at it. Or you abuse the fact that you have all these creeps and that they made a mistake by pulling, that you now get to actually tower dive them. And look, you don't need to kill them here. The objective here, we're gonna watch it from Tundra's perspective. The objective here is not necessarily to kill Goon Squad, but just to like pressure as much under the tower without dying, because when you do this, even if this trade is even, it's gonna be heavily favored for you, because you have like 8 creeps that the Ursa is not contesting right now. And something I want to preach again, and something that is very important, is simply the fact that, so you are playing against Warlock Jug. You probably feel like from the get-go, yeah, we're not gonna kill them, they have Warlock heal and healing ward, but you should always play to the situation. You play here to farm, which you do with Acid Spray, Grievous Greed. I think this is fine. But the one thing I want to note is later, when they get like level 3 on an opportunity, they will take it. And another thing that's really important, especially in dual lanes, is the scenario that you have right now. Your position 4 just got level 2, okay? He just got level 2 on Marcy. When your support just levels up to level 2, like what you want to create is a scenario where one guy is just level 2 and the other guy hits just level 3, right? You don't want to have 2 heroes being level 2.5, because that's worthless. So I hope that you all could learn a little bit from, you know, especially the Tundra lanes, because they lane so well. I really think that they're one of the best teams in Dota right now, especially when it comes to laning and trend setting, what items you should buy and how you should play the early game and so on. Yeah, with that said, hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did learn something, you know, please let me know down below. If you have any feedback or if you want to see something else in the next one, let me know. Shout out to Bitburger for always supporting me, and I'll see you guys next time.